Hello, welcome back to Matt's Coins. In this particular video, I'm just going to talk through some of the penny varieties that were discovered as part of the recent bronze hunts. Just for information though, this is being recorded as a voiceover because we had some technical issues on the recording of this one. The first coin we're looking at here is a 1921 penny, which is showing some signs of die deterioration, die cracking, potentially a couple of other little problems as well. I don't know if it can be really seen on the video. Yeah, you can just about make it out there. You can see the die crack and what, I don't know if there's a bit of damaged metal in the die or what, between the V and the S there, but you can quite clearly see the die crack all the way from the G right the way through to the D. This is one that will certainly be getting added to my errors and oddities collection. There we go, 1921 penny. It'd be nice to get a complete progressive set of those. On to the first of the varieties now. This is going to be a 1921 variety. Basically we're looking at obverse 2, which has less space between the Gra and the Brit, and obverse 3, which has more space between the Gra and the Brit. Now it's this latter variety that is extremely rare on the 1920 penny, which we also look out for during these hunts. So there you go, that looks to be the obverse 3. And that's obverse 2. On the 1921 penny, these obverses are quite common between the two of them. It's just this latter one that's rarer on the very rare on the 1920. Next up we have some mint marks. This is a 1918 Heaton penny, H mint mark there. You can just about see it on the left, there we go. And we also found a few 1912 Heaton minted examples during this particular hunt. Okay, onto the 1937 varieties now. There's two reverses that we'll see. First is reverse A, where the C level goes through a border tooth. And then onto reverse B, where the C level will just be above that particular tooth. There we go. Once I've finished fiddling about, putting stuff back in the little envelopes, we'll look at the next coin, which is going to be a 1947 penny, which has, again, a die crack on the obverse. Once we get it under the scope, we'll be able to see it a little bit better. Now, for me, this is probably just starting out to be a die crack. It's not too visible, but it is there between the V, or after the V there. And here we go with another die crack. We found a couple of these. This time it's on a 1920 penny. You can just about make it out just to the left of the one, but under the scope it really is quite visible. Literally from Britannia shield right the way down to the edge of the coin. Next up is our old favourite, the recessed ear on the 1916 coin. You can see the broken tooth there. So the next two coins to look at, and again varieties, this time it's the 1940 dated coins. There's two varieties to look at here. There's the reverse B, which has the single exerg line, and the reverse C, which is the double exerg line. So the one we just saw there was the double, this one's the single. If you look at the video, you'll be able to see the difference between the two. A common fault in the 1920s dated coins is where the 2s are filled. I think most dates with a 2 will show this particular thing. You can see there, it's not as it should be in terms of the 2. The next coin up is a 1965 penny. When they put this under the scope, there did seem to be quite a bit of doubling on the reverse. Whether or not this is machine doubling, which it probably is, I would say it is. It's something a bit different. Anything different's good for me. The date is definitely got showing signs of doubling, as is the O and the E there. And you can actually see doubling on the fingers of Britannia. So if it's not machine doubling, then perhaps the coin's just shifted ever so slightly, but then there's other areas that doesn't show it. I don't know, it just seems different, and there's nothing on the back, on the obverse. The next 3 coins that we see are the penny, halfpenny and farthing from the 1953 pack. Of course, not intended for circulation. The 1953 penny was never issued into circulation, and I believe that the varieties here were only intended for use in that particular pack. So to find them in circulation was, well, in a circulated. I apologise for having to do this as a voiceover, but unfortunately technical difficulties with the recording meant I was given no other option. But on that note, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.